To those of you with chronic illness, what about your illness or daily life isn't widely talked about? Depending how much it wants to fuck with me, I could end up pooping 15x a day. The stigma of people thinking it's just laziness. Managing symptoms is a constant physical, emotional, and mental drain. Fatigue and brain fog aside, when basic tasks like eating enough to be alive without triggering symptoms are at the front of your mind, everything else takes a back seat. Just existing requires constant micromanagement and planning. It's a demanding full-time job that you have to do on top of all the other expectations of a person. Also, being relentlessly positive and pointing out how others have succeeded in adversity is not helpful. It's just avoiding the emotional needs of the person you're trying to help, in order to avoid feeling bad yourself. The mental gymnastics of planning your day around it. Not doing assignments, canceling plans, arriving late to things are all signs of severe depression. Not so much a chronic illness but a long-term condition. The darkness and the bright flashing lights that most people love in clubs give me huge headaches. And I can't see properly. Sometimes not really at all. It's not so enjoyable for me. It can be quite scary. So when I get frustrated because you refuse to switch a bright light off, it's because I know I'll feel like crap later for it. Also, please stop using white backgrounds on your PowerPoints and documents. A lot of conditions mean people really struggle with it. A light gray or blue would take you 2 seconds to fix and would make it so much easier for people in your audience who would appreciate the effort. How shameful it is for me that I can't seem to keep my kitchen clean. Just feeding myself uses all the spoons. Mental illness which is completely managed by medication. And no one would suspect I have. I tell literally no one. Because the stereotypes about mental illness range from we're all making it up to we're all school shooters. People with a mental illness are the last ones left that it's okay to make fun of in the US on so many TV shows. Someone accuses someone else of being mentally ill and then cue a laugh track. For the record, people with a mental illness are less likely to be violent than the general population. Doesn't stop both Democrats and Republicans from claiming a mental illness caused violence. Even though the perpetrator didn't have a mental illness. Not me, but I need to help my sister every time she needs to go up they fucking stairs. All the planning. If I need to stand for longer than 15 minutes at once today, I have to schedule the next 2 days free so I can rest lying down. If I eat a big meal today, I need to know where I am tomorrow. Because I need to plan my bathroom breaks. Having ADHD, as in actually being diagnosed with it, I have a special hatred with whoever invented Adderall and a soft pity for the people that say they have it that don't actually have it. Like, trust me darling, you don't want this. You may think you do. But you do not. It is a constant reminder that I need to make every day count. I can't just piss away my days. I wanna enjoy as much as I can. While I still can. So it does have its bright side. Sort of, I guess. Canceling plans. Not being honest how much pain you're in as don't want pity. The stigma that you get in general once people find out and the random nonsense that people throw at you because it's the cure. You can still do everything by the book and luck out in terms of genetics or circumstances outside of your control. People who have no medical training shouldn't feel free to peddle their MLM schemes or whatever. My struggles are not your meal ticket. Withholding judgment until you actually know a little bit about a person and their condition is the most gracious thing you can do for someone with a C has nothing to do with religiosity, and the fact that a person has it does not mean they were a sinner in a past life or whatever X religion says or whatever a person may believe. C is exhausting because there are times when you feel fine and times when you just flare up without rhyme or reason, even with the best of management practices. That, and for a lot of other reasons, is why people with cis suffer in silence. With CIs, spirals downhill happen fast while recovery might be 2 to 3x long. It's a cycle that never stops. Another thing nobody talks about is how much of your day and time is dictated by your C. Everywhere I go, I have to know where the elevator, ramp, and handicap-accessible toilet is. I can't participate in going to a friend's house, for example, because I can't access their bathroom. Friends may take it personally when you cancel last minute. I really want to go to your event, but getting a migraine 2 hours before means vomiting, nausea, and blurriness that chances are I can't even get out of bed. My symptoms are never gone. They're just less intense some days. I wake up with them every day and I go to bed with them. You'd be surprised what becomes normal. Raw fatigue is real. Also, I get comments like this. It's just diet and exercise. Bitch. It is methotrexate and Celebrex or my joints freeze up and I can barely wipe my own ass. Trust me. I have had this since I was 5 years old.